I'm going to allow you all to
Oh,
record.
Okay, there we go. I'm recording.
Okay.
how'd you do that again with the whole, did you raise your hand and then it lets you record or what?
I don't know. I went to participants and I hit Ethan and I hit raise my hand. And then from there, he went and made it so we could all record. I don't know if that was even related.
Yeah, I just made it so you all can record. I don't know why I can't.
Okay, well, I am recording now.
Yeah.
Do you have enough memory on your
Record.
phone to be able to hold it?
Oh, this is on my laptop now. Question, Marcy, did you download an app? Are you on a Zoom app?
Yeah, on my phone, and then.
Oh, okay, that's great. I'm definitely going to use that next time because this is really bad quality. Apologize, guys.
Well, that's all right. All right. So now that we have it recorded, we'll get started.
All right.
Okay.
Not bad. It only took us 10 minutes to figure out how to record you guys.
Very
10
much.
minutes for people. Believe in it, guys.
All right. But everybody's on the Google Doc, correct?
Yes.
Awesome.
Almost. I'm getting there. So who all was able to at least start on the team paper or whatever it is?
I definitely started. I didn't post like you guys. I noticed all you guys were able to post. But I did start on the charter. So here I just put everyone's information. I didn't have Marcy or Raphael's cell or email down, so but I guess going from there, just moving on to purpose.
Okay.
So for me, I kind of struggled a little bit, like because as soon as I defined our purpose, I went down and saw goals. So what do you guys think would be the difference in starting with purpose and then getting a little bit more, because I guess I was too specific on purpose. So I guess starting really vague at purpose and narrowing down to goals.
Okay, so I'm going to ask a really dumb question. So I understand, right, the course, right, social processes and orgs, and we're focusing on teams and the dynamics and workings of teams. The purpose of our group is to work together to complete the assignments through the balance of the class.
Right.
Yes?
Right.
Okay.
So something I had written down on my draft here was, let's see. For purpose, this is like once I vagued it down, to learn and overcome the hardships of working in virtual teams in different time zones on different schedules in order to work together.
Actually,
So I
That
mean,
sounds a lot better than mine.
I mean, that's just some things I like thought of when I came up, like, okay, what's like really the purpose of all this? But if there's anything you guys wanna, I'll go ahead and copy and paste that into the thing.
Yeah.
Let's see what you guys can add to that.
I don't think we have to turn this in this week. I think we just work on it this week.
yeah.
Is that
Kind of
correct?
just like talk about it, yeah.
Yeah, we can
Well, I
go
think
through it and then finalize it next week, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think what we're supposed to focus on in this session is what a team charter would ideally contain, or it was something about kind of what an ideal charter would contain, not the specifics of the actual charter.
So pretty much like what our ideal team would be. What are like our team policies and whatnot.
Yeah, it's like a guideline, basically. It's like kind of what this is supposed to be, I guess. So I just took it like if this could be applied to anything in particular of any project that we have, and go into when you develop, let's say, a web app, then whole guideline, what we based off of. Okay, for this project, we have this charter list. Okay, this is what our setup is for that. So just kind of rough. I don't think too specific, but at the same time, just it's a guideline.
Okay. Yeah. That sounds spot on.
So for purpose and just, again, just working under the assumption that we're supposed to kind of talk about what's ideal, I proposed that a team charter would provide or crystallize the mission and targeted outcome of the team. The activity, effort, and focus of the members would then be channeled towards achieving the purpose, and that there would be no doubts as to what the members are working towards. So I think, Sarah, what you captured is that. So I feel like we're all agreeing on purpose.
Yeah,
Okay.
agree on purpose. The
Yeah.
goal. What I think. I just said a goal was
Ethan,
like.
really, Ethan, I love your receive all A's. That's fantastic.
Right.
Yeah, that's also kind of where I took it to, what I was thinking about. Ultimately, I guess our goal would be to get a good grade. So just yeah.
I said like look towards completing each project on time, and then with grades above a B+. I mean, something that's maybe more attainable, just kind of saying, hey.
Well, I guess we could also touch on getting just experience in virtual teamwork, and just like learning how to like work with other people and like coordinate and whatnot. It'd be something we can add in there.
Okay.
All right.
All right, so we got Marcy, one more time, can you reread me just so I could like jot down some notes what you had in mind towards was it purpose or goals?
So for purpose, what I wrote is that the team charter would provide,
it was clarity and what else?
It would crystallize the mission and the targeted outcome of the team to include activity, effort, and focus of the members so that it's channeled towards achieving the purpose. And you can just leave it at that.
Okay.
For goals, I took a different approach to goals, but I do like where you guys went in terms of the grade. I guess I just broke it down a little bit further, right, in terms of establishing the goals at the start of the project to serve as a measure of success. The bodies of work would be identified and the task elements necessary to deliver the work would be part of that. So through this goal setting process and understanding of how the assignments fit together would be established, as well as the timing, coordination, and dependencies so that the goal can be achieved. So that's kind of a lot, but if we want to focus on the final outcome, right, being the grades,
Well,
I think that's measurement.
Yeah, the grades would be a good measurement. But as far as the goals, I mean, I think yours sound a lot better than me just saying get all A's,
Yeah. But we can put this all together. We can work with this. So far for goals, I have learning coordination, grade, that came up a few times. Yeah. The experience and what Marcy mentioned, which was like overall outcome and just like learning how to take all these tasks together. I don't know how you would better sum that up, but I feel like we could put this all together to make this into one goal.
So if we think about what goals would include, ideally, maybe we just bullet those, right? So I think we agree that they would identify the bodies of work that need to be completed, possibly the tasks within those bodies of work, right? Because if we look at just the assignments we've had recently, there's a ton, right? There's lots of pieces to deliver the whole. So that's the way I think of the tasks. We'd have to talk about or understand how those pieces fit together, what the dependencies are, what the timing is. And I'm happy to kind of jot these down, Sarah, if you want.
Yeah, sure.
Are you in there or?
Yeah, I haven't jotted anything yet on goals. I kind of just copy and pasted my purpose, but that was just to give everyone a visual of what I said. We can totally work on that and mold that.
Perfect.
Now, since we're kind of, this isn't the final paper and everything, maybe we could type our own things, what we already have on our post.
Mm-hmm.
All of us type in our each one, and then next week we can break it down, kind of fine tune it, put it together.
I haven't looked this far ahead. Is it due next Sunday? Or is it due like middle of the week next week?
Good question.
Unit
It-
2. Assignments.
I just saw Unit 3 and I was like, next week.
Well, and remember she just changed all of the dates too, so I just have to print out the.
Wow, you know, I think I have it printed out right here. I don't know why I'm asking everyone else.
Okay. I mean, it seems like, yeah, so of course our own ideal charter goes ahead and gets done before this video conference, and then but then we go ahead and discuss what we need to touch up on it. So
Okay.
we go ahead and are right now collecting the ideas of what we want to make the final draft to be.
Which is
Because that's
due-
done in Unit 3. Because then we submit that as the written team assignment.
Got it. This
Right,
is
that's
due
due-
Monday, by the way, not of next week, but the following week. So it's due on April the 2nd. So
Right.
that gives us quite a lot of time, I guess, this to mostly brainstorm now.
Wait, this assignment, where we're talking about what would ideally be included, or the final charter is due?
The team written assignment, team charter, is due on Monday the 2nd for 100 points.
Now, do we have to like write up a summary after this or what?
Yeah, you know, I was like, wow, this is a lot of stuff going on here because so we're supposed to fill it out and post before the meeting. I really wish I would have looked into that more. I would have
Me too.
definitely done that, taken that a little bit more seriously.
Who has
Yeah, I think this would be a good time to go over the questions we have because it seems like we're all kind of like, oh, wait a second.
Yeah, I'm
Because like
hearing
what I'm
birds.
really confused about is if you look at the syllabus, it'll say like initial post due blank, 4 responses due blank, or blank due blank, blank blank, and some more blanks. And I'm like,
Okay, but do you see in Unit 2 in the pink area, it says recording and summaries at the bottom of it. It says recording and summaries posted by blank. So
I
what's
know
the
she
summary?
did mention in the summaries, she wants us to generally summarize what we each individually contributed so she can get an idea. I think what she said was like, short of watching the video, I want to know what you contributed. So just kind of like an individual summary, like, oh, this is what I contributed. This is blah, blah, blah. I'm pretty sure that's what she mentioned about what I did see about the summaries.
Is it that we posted on the thread, like group discussion, or is that just?
Yeah, probably the group discussion.
Okay.
I felt weird looking at that syllabus schedule thing too myself. Just
Yeah, I was like, yeah.
meeting schedule, date time, that time zone, recording, and that will be posted on YouTube, and then the summary will be then.
One moment, I'll let the cat in. Oh, it's raining. I'm sorry.
What's up, bud?
Okay, so are you guys team discussion assignment? You're looking at team discussion assignment 2.3, right?
Yeah.
Right.
0.3.
I'm just confused as to what we need to turn in as a summary after this video.
I feel like it just summing up, like just kind of titling it that team discussion assignment, the 2.3. What you want, bud? Titling it that, and then just kind of like summarizing, hey, we had our discussion at this time in this time zone. We went ahead and posted up the rough draft during the live meeting.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
like what we did to put it, and then yeah. Oh, but thank you. I mean, if anything, yeah, I feel like, yeah, we can just go ahead and on the template on Google Docs.
So I'm looking at the assignment, the team discussion assignment. What we need to do to successfully deliver this assignment is focus on what we think should be in an ideal team charter. We've already posted our own charters.
Yeah.
And then we just need to discuss the elements of our charter. And then Ethan's already started the Google Doc and we're using it. So if that looks like it's it for this particular assignment.
Yeah.
So we need to discuss the charter. So let me get back
Okay.
to.
So, okay, so then like I would take this opportunity probably to look over it myself is what I'm going to do really quick and make sure I have clarity on all of this. That way we can kind of get our questions out of the air now. Does that sound like a good idea?
Yeah. But yeah, if we can kind of like type our own notes, like what Marcy's doing or something, into each of these, and then next week we can put it all together.
We can clean
Yeah,
it
like
up.
kind of
Okay.
what's not what we want at final draft, and just say, okay, this is kind of what we've all consented. Hey, this is what we see as being the goals that we want in the team.
Yeah.
Because it has to be applied towards the short-term class. So I guess it's just, yeah. I'm going to start up with roles and just put down what I feel is important in the roles. Because if we type out what we just posted as already in that discussion, then we're just like copy, paste. Why don't we just go ahead and select what we think ourselves is a nice, important thing for each of the categories. And then once we go for the final draft, we go ahead and say, okay, eliminate this, eliminate that. And that way we're just set there. So just put down what is important for each of those, just one sentence or two at most, and then yeah, go from there.
Do you guys want to discuss this as we go, though, since it is supposed to be a video conference?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I like, Raphael, what you put in there in terms of people bringing their own ideas to the table as well as committing time towards the class. Ethan, you talked about equal contributions, including research, content, and reviewing the assignments. And I know Sunday, I didn't see your email or your post to the group for contact information because you were trying to complete our document that we needed to turn in.
Yeah.
So I will get into this later, but for me, that would, I think I missed the window. So even just establishing kind of who's doing what and then the authority of that person, right? So if you needed to call it, you needed to call it, and I respect that. And shame on me, I should have just sent it to you early because I knew you needed it. But I think going forward too, there's going to be situations where we need to make a decision, and we should feel either that we're empowered to make that decision or have time frames for that are understood amongst the team that we need to get back to each other by, otherwise we don't get to weigh in. Sorry,
Yeah.
that's kind of all over the place, not necessarily tied to roles, but I guess what is tied to roles for me is just being empowered to make those kinds of decisions.
Yeah, and last week was kind of tough because like the discussion board is slow moving.
Yeah.
And it's not good. But now we can like text each other, so it's good.
I think texting is like the easiest way to get in contact with everybody, because I feel like we all kind of generally have our phones on us.
I agree.
So,
Yeah, I think moving forward, I would totally be open to just using using that as like our main means for communication. Obviously, besides these meetings. But yeah, if you're unsure about something, you know, just shoot the group text real quick. Hopefully that makes it a little easier, quicker response time too.
Yeah, and I forget where I read it, but she mentioned that we're going to be graded on our contribution, right, and our participation. So we have to make sure that we're actually posting some of our text threads so that she has visibility that everybody's participating.
Sure.
Yeah.
I know, so, okay, let me get a good look at this, because we're posting videos, our recorded videos, and we're posting summaries. And so let me take a look at this homepage to kind of just get an idea of what exactly we're churning in. It's kind of a lot to take in, huh, guys? Still trying to figure it all out, but I feel like after we turn in our first assignment, we'll have a good feeling for it.
and it's all about rhythm, right? So
Yeah, exactly.
individual written assignment, psychological contract, that's something that I'll do individually. Then it's team discussion. That's what we're doing right now, so we don't need to be posting. But the class discussion is what we need to post all ourselves to class discussion with the responses. And then our quiz.
So I'm just adding notes kind of from what we've discussed, but also what has been submitted in terms of the roles. Do we see that at the start of each unit, I'm assuming we're going to go through this process of going through the project, assigning responsibilities, talking about who's doing what, kind of agreeing on that, and then kind of executing. Is that how you see it too?
Yeah, so like we just delegate the tasks that we need to have done, and then come together as well.
You know, it was like when I was going through the team charter and kind of thinking about this one's kind of a little lower down, but I think it was not decision making. I think it was just like team structure or something. And I wrote something along the lines of we're starting off as a self-governing team is what it looks like. You know, we're kind of just figuring it out for ourselves, and but we should take maybe a week or so to decide if we need a leader in the team, or if a leader emerges, or like what I did in one team project was we all took turns being the leader each week, so that way the start of each week, start of each new project, somebody was responsible for, you know, starting that Google Doc, planning that week's meeting or something like that. So what are your thoughts? Do you guys think this is something we're going to be able to coordinate on our own? I think, I mean, the group chat has made it, you know, really possible, I think, for that. So that's really helpful. But yeah, just kind of touching on what Marcy was saying, you know, at the beginning of each week, like, how should we, as far as roles go, what role should we be taking? You guys have any thoughts on that?
I like of course, I've had it before where, yeah, you know, every single week we kind of rotate out that person. lead to make sure that everything's being done. Now, that person that's making sure everything's being done it's only for the team discussion.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess to me, I'm just trying to make sure, like, I'm trying to figure out, you know, with all these, what is it that we're doing as a team throughout this course? You know, what is the actual projects that they want us to do for the team?
For example, this document, we would like finalize this and turn in one polished, finalized one. But throughout the week, it looks like we're expected to post a lot of individual work to, I don't know, maybe model or demonstrate that, you know, we are participating, we are all, you know, filling this out. It's not like one person doing each section or, you know, splitting up the work. That's kind of, does that answer your question a little bit or kind of help you out?
Yeah, I guess it's like, for me, I just like to have something a little bit more solid on what needs to be done as a project. And I mean, looking at Unit 3, of course, it says team charters, that team discussion project, I guess you would say. And the next one, Unit 4, it's prepare for interview, including questions and criteria from article. So then that written assignment is a team interview plan. And so that is work done by us as a team, and that is our project, correct?
Yes, so the team charter is a project. But so I think, so are there any other deliverables in Unit 2 that are to be done as a team?
No.
Yeah. Okay, so this week is about discussing, and then next week is where we're actually diving really into the project and saying, hey, this is our team charter project final. Okay.
Yes.
Right.
That's what I was like, kind of needing that clarity of just saying, okay, what is it that was expected this week?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then in Unit 4, it looks like there's a team discussion assignment 4.3, preparing for the interview. And then Unit 5 is the interview. And then Unit 6, there's one more team discussion. So it looks like every unit there's a team project.
Yeah.
But your questions prompted some thinking for me anyway, if there's a need to differentiate team roles from project roles. So if we think of kind of a team role as being the schedule coordinator, right? Do we need that, or should we just get that out of the way now in terms of saying, you know, every Tuesday, 6 o'clock or 6 to 7 Arizona time, that's going to be our regular call time. And then we don't have to worry about that anymore. Or do we want to have somebody kind of manage that for us? Do we want to rotate responsibility for that? But my real point is, are there team roles that we need to assign, or we should think about assigning through this process? Would it be ideal or not? And
that's pretty much what I was wondering as well. I'm right there with you. You know, as thoughts, when I was filling out roles, I just filled out the roles I've noticed in the team. So I put down coordinator and initiator for what I was thinking of Ethan, because he got the Google Docs started and he got that first Zoom meeting set up. For Marcy, I thought of like a recorder. It was like really helpful when you summarized all of that stuff for us in that team post that we were able to talk back and forth on. Let me see what else I put here. Yeah, that's pretty much all I have down. Sorry, I'm still feeling you out, Raphael. Sorry. No bad thoughts though. We're all good feels here. But yeah, those are just roles that I've seen emerging. I also put group process observer. That was one of the ones I saw on the website. She had us look at. So Yeah, those are just like roles I've seen emerge. So those are roles I put down. They've proven useful. I mean, we obviously we needed someone to initiate those documents, those meetings. I think we could use a critic, or I think that's important. But I think we should all take on that role. Oh, raise your hand. Okay, there we go, like that. But yeah, should we, going back to what Marcy said, is this like, should we take all these roles on within ourselves, or should we assign them to one another? Like how, when we're thinking about these roles, let's just like think about that for a second.
Well, I feel as if, it's something that every single Tuesday, if we just make sure that we check in with each other, by midday, letting everybody know, hey, are we still on for 6 p.m. tonight? Okay, are we still going on for that? I mean, I don't think anything should be popping out at us so often that says, hey, we can't be here on Tuesday night to collect on what we need to follow through with team discussion. So
guys, I don't know if Zoom's going to kick us off, but it's almost 6:40.
Good
So
point.
do we need to log into the other meeting?
Yes, it says remaining meeting time 1 minute. So
okay. So
yeah,
the code, if you need the code for the other meeting, it's 429-577-905.
And then I was using Zoom with my last class, and there was like a one-time deal where they let you go for as long as you want. So that might happen.
See if they kick us off.
Oh yeah, because you have an account and you made the meeting. So okay.
So if we get